Hello there, it's John from Authentic Living, and a few days late, but I just want to wish you a Happy New Year. I'm sitting by the Ganges at Rishikesh in India, and probably maybe just sort of 300 or 400 yards that way, maybe not even that, is the so-called Beatles Ashram. So I'll try and take a little bit of footage around there in a few minutes to show those of you who are interested in that. I hope you're really well, and I hope the Christmas period and the New Year period was really good for you, and that the video I made just before Christmas about kind of upgrading and looking after yourself and self-care at this time was of use to those of you who had a look at it. So bless you if you did. I've just come to have a month away from England, a time of sort of personal retreat and family time. But saying that, I'm actually looking forward to heading back to England in a couple of weeks, and classes will be starting again straight away. I think meditation class starts on the 26th of January, or it might even be the 24th of January actually, that's more like it. And I'll be working with my individual clients again, and I'm opening that up now to take on a few more clients and to work with business and schools and things. But what I'm most excited about this year is I've got 4-day retreats coming up. You can have a look on the website, and they're based around kind of my thoughts around the need for a more heartful path, because I think we often enter the idea of meditation or spiritual healing or beginning on a spiritual or sacred path at that kind of this level here, and then as we realize that kind of the mind is what it is, we realize that actually the healing and the unconscious patterning and things, it's actually down in the body, and we need to kind of work with love with ourselves. You know, anything that hurts, I say this quite often, but anything that hurts is something calling for love, and we tend to run away from that, and that turns into fear. That running away becomes a fear movement, and we don't really get what we want. So I'm going to be working around that, and so if you're interested, take a look at the website on the retreats page. And I've also just found a place here, a yoga ashram, that have been very open to our approach, and I've been talking to them, so I'm very seriously considering a retreat here at New Year next year, or around this time. So do let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, because then that would kind of help me move forward with that. It wouldn't cost very much, and the program would be kind of, you know, combination of sort of meditation and some thoughts around sort of heartful practice and self-care, and some journaling, of course, because you never have something of mine without journaling in it. And then there's plenty of yoga available if we want it, and free time and time to hang out by the Ganges, and I'll show you some sort of special places that I really love. So yeah, I really I'm looking forward to being back in a few weeks. I'm speaking at the Mindful Living Show 3rd of February in Manchester, which would be great, and again talking about the need for a more heartful practice, and just starting to move forward more and more with things now. We've had a couple of years of really kind of letting things kind of consolidate, and now it's time to kind of start taking those things out and kind of testing them a bit more in the world, especially the school stuff and the business stuff and the more one-to-one stuff, and as I say, the retreats. So let me wish you really well. I hope you're doing beautifully. I hope that Christmas and New Year was a time of growth and of presence and sort of connection with the highest in yourself, or the most beautiful in yourself. And let me wish you well, and I'll try and make another blog soon. Lots of love to you, and I'll go around to the Beatles Ashram and show you a few pictures around there. There'll probably be some monkeys doing it in the road, so we can sing "Why Don't We Do It in the Road," if we're allowed to do that on YouTube. Anyway, lots of love. And here's Abba at the gate of the Beatles Ashram. And she says, "Peace, man." This is probably be where the Beatles stayed, and very often there's just monkeys and things hanging around the place. This is the front gate from inside, and if you just look to the back, it's all jungle. So there's a beautiful path just through here, and it's a nature reserve for elephants, tigers, leopards, and we had quite a close encounter with an elephant last year. We had to be very careful. It was just feet away in the bushes. We didn't get to see him or her, but the presence of it and being very near people sometimes makes them quite angry. So for those of you who are Beatles aficionados, John, Paul, George and Ringo, plus various elements of their families, non-families, managers and cohorts and friends, will have walked on this path where I'm standing right now. So many blessings to all of us. Lots of love.